So today we're going to look at kind of how to go through and clean up your database, kind of how to make it a little bit better, make sure that it's not like gone crazy. Let me just pull this back up here. We should have the right one coming. So if your database or your CRM is a little bit out of control, your database is crazy, there's a couple things you can do to kind of make it better to go through it. I'm showing you my CRM. I put myself as a client, so you don't have to worry about trying to steal leads or anything. So once you're in, I'm going to show you some examples. Like, for example, this is my properties tab. It shows what people are looking at. I can look at all this is through Bold Trails, and I can look at all these different types of people. A lot of activities happening in the last week. 3 days, 3 days, 3 days. People are looking at 2 days ago. So I know I got stuff happening. But how good are the people? What do I need to do with them? How can I focus on them to make sure that it's going to work? So there's a couple things you want to check and the things you want to take care of. The first thing we're going to look at is called database pruning, which means you're going to go in and see if the leads are good or not. So like this one is a renter to buyer. They're looking at decent properties. I'm going to go check it all out and kind of see what's going on that way. So if I go in and I see that this person doesn't want to buy, they just want to rent, I want to make sure that they're actually liking properties, which they are. I want to make sure they're looking at multiple ones, which they did. So that client would not be pruned because there's no need to prune an active client. But if I have like Angel Flores here, I can go through here and a couple other people. Like this person's E. McGowan's very, very active. You can see certain ones. Victor's okay. Some other clients I've worked with in the past that are looking. And you can see that some people are very active and looking at stuff. Other people are not. So if they've looked at anything in like 2 days ago, that means they're active. They're doing something. But I have clients that have looked at people like in the last year, they haven't been active. Those ones, I want to put them as a sphere or archive them, whatever you want. I like to put them as a sphere so I can still reach out to them if I want. And then I'm going to pull myself up here. And then once I pull myself up, you'll kind of see what we're looking at. So when you get into your CRM, I already put myself in the sphere. You want to look at it. And most CRMs, there's the same kind of look to them. Usually you read it in the middle. So I would go down to the middle here and I would start at the bottom, kind of see, okay, a market report was sent. None of these have been opened. He's not very active. I would check, and this was sent, November of last year. So it's been quite a few months already, almost 6 months, and nothing they've sent has ever been opened. They've already had market reports. All different type of market reports are going out, and these are MLS dripped. These are all kinds of stuff. I have alerts going on for Bernie for MLS drip, goes out twice a week. None of these are being opened. So I can see all this is happening. We have all this activity. You can see here 83 emails was sent out, 6 text messages. There's no responses because there's no conversation. So at this point, I know that this client is an older client and I would probably want to prune them. So then I would come in and I would go and turn them into archive, et cetera, and take care of that. Like right here, I drop down and put it sphere, archive, or whatever. Now, the other good thing you can do is that you can come here and you want to hashtag your conversation. Okay. So some places call it a tag or a label, depending on your CRM. I'm mentioning it as a hashtag because that's what this one does. And then I would just add it. So let's say this was a renter to buyer, and most of them are the same. You don't have to put the hashtag symbol and you keep it all together with no spaces. And there it is. Now I have that other hashtag in there. And then it puts that hashtag or that tag or label. So this is a very important step. First, you go through, you take out all the old ones, you prune them, they call it database pruning, clean them up, delete them, get rid of them. You don't want them. They're wasting your time. The next thing you go through is you're going to pull. And once you pull through them all and you pull the bad ones out, then you're going to go through and make sure everybody's labeled. I highly recommend to take the time to do this. Labeling, and then you could do like first time home buyer, January hot, February cold, February warm, whatever you want to do. Anything that you want to label that you're following for your tags, it's a very important process. Luckily, this CRM lets me just add as many tags as I want. Most of them do that. Some of them you have to go like Lofty, you have to go to the tag section sometimes to add them, which is fine as well. Whichever way you do it, you want to take the time. I always recommend getting like an Excel sheet and just starting at the top and working your way down and think, okay, what are my client types? Who do I want? Do I want first-time home buyers? Do I want expired? Do I want canceled? What do I want from my client types? and just go through and take the time to fill all that out. And then once you've had that time and you've gone through and filled all that out and done it, then you can be like, great, good, looking good, ready to roll. Let's make this happen. And then it's great. And then you have your tags set up. So again, first you clean up the old ones, then you organize your tag so everybody knows where everyone is. And then you need to check all the tasks that you have signed everybody. And that's over here on mine. Sometimes it'll be on the left, sometimes it'll be on the right. They're usually all the same tasks, roughly for most CRMs. First, I want to go to my task and see I don't have a task yet. So I'm going to go back to me and just show you if I wanted to add one, I could open it up and put one or add one, whatever I wanted to do. This would be like follow up, make sure to reach out, do things like that. So then I could do my task. I could make an appointment if I wanted to add an appointment to reach out to this client. The task could be to call as well. So if I had an appointment, I could put it here, put them on an MLS drip, which most CRMs call a search alert or an alert. So put them on an MLS drip, make sure they're on a campaign. If this person was active, I would go add, and I would pick one of my campaigns that I have built in, and then I would choose them. Almost every CRM I've ever worked with has built-in auto replies. If you don't know how to turn them on, reach out and we'll try to help you out. Market reports show different what's happening in the areas. All these different areas I've looked at while playing in people's CRM and myself, and you can see they automatically send me market reports. Present is just to present why you should work with you as an agent. If I had a listing, or I'm sorry, if this was a home seller and for a potential listing, I could put this out and it would send that seller a value of their property. I can also do a seller report that kind of says, okay, this is what's happening in the market. This is how your home could go up and down in value. Just a nice little report to give people an idea. And then I can also add files and transactions. If I'm in transactions, I add them as a transaction under contract, and then I can pull all my pre-approval letters, all that. This is an easy way to get yourself organized because you don't want your CRM to be out of control. So again, main three things. We'll keep it simple today. You're going to prune your database. You're going to go through, get rid of the junk, get rid of the crap, make sure it's clean, make sure everybody's tagged, everything is organized, and you know where you're going and what's happening. And you're going to do task to make sure all the automation is happening. If you're not going to have that set like that and you're not going to be working, then you're going to be having a hard time getting anything done because your CRM is going to be all over the place. Especially like in mine, I have over 50,000 people. I have a lot of people in my CRM. Because of that, I'll show you an example. If you go to that, I can find my business section. If you're looking at that and you're trying to work through things like that, it used to be a business. All right. I'll skip it today. I was going to show you, but it's all fine. If you're working through your section, you have that much happening. Here it is. Now they call it vitals. It used to be called business. Now it's vitals. So then you can kind of see what's happening in your CRM. You can see who's waiting, who's on a campaign. This helps you clean up your CRM as well. And then see, you can look at all your different stuff, your source performance, where people are coming from, what they're doing. All this kind of stuff is very important. It lets you track everything, lets you see who's coming where the leads are coming and all that kind of stuff. So take the time, clean up your leads, make it good, prune it and then reset. If you haven't liked or followed, please do. We appreciate your support. Talk to you soon.